The next topic sa chapter 3 is integration by parts, or the second technique of integration is the integration by parts. Okay, so dito sa integration by parts, may pattern tayo na ifa-follow. So, ito yung pattern na ifa-follow natin. So, we have the integral of u dv. Ito yung given natin. Ibig sabihin, i-determine natin kung ano yung ililat natin na u at saka ano yung ililat natin na dv. Di ba kanina sa integration by substitution, ang i-determine lang natin is kung ano yung ililat natin na variable u. Dito sa by parts is dalawa na, si u at saka si dv, yung i-determine natin na ililat natin. Okay, so ito yung given ha, remember that? So this is equal to uv, ibig sabihin after ninyong ma-determine si u at saka si dv, pwede nyo nang ma-substitute si or makuha yung value ni u at saka si v minus the integral of v du. So remember this pattern sa integration by parts. Okay, for example, so sa page 28 ito sa handouts ninyo ha. Okay, for example, sa example number 1 sa handouts ninyo, we have the given integrand ln x. So, we have the integral of ln x dx. So, ang goal dito sa by parts is determine the variable u and the dv. Okay, so yan. So, doon natin siya hahanapin sa given lang natin. So, remember that yung u is yan yung kukunan ninyo ng derivative. And then si dv naman is yan yung kukunan ninyo ng or i-apply ninyo dito is yung integration or i-integrate ninyo yun both sides. Okay. So make it sure class na yung ililat ninyo na dv is nandoon si dx. Or every time na maglilet kayo ng dv is may dx yan nakasama. Kasi nga, i-integrate natin yan. Unlike kasi doon sa ililet natin na variable u is okay lang na walang dx kasi derivative lang naman yung kukunin natin. Okay, so dito sa example number 1, ln x dx. So, since ang given natin is si ln x at saka dx naman, so yun nga yung sabi ko kanina. Ang ililet natin na dv is yung may dx. So, we let this one as our dv and then we let this one as our variable u. Okay. And then, take note, ang ililet nyo din na, pipiliin nyo din na u is kung alam ninyo kung ano yung derivative niya. And then, ang ililet nyo din na dv is kung alam ninyo yung integration niya or paano nyo siya ma-integrate. So, that's why ang pinili ko dito na u is ln x kasi alam natin na ang derivative ni ln of x is 1 over x dx. Okay. So, let u is equal to ln of x and let dv is equal to dx. So, galing yun dito. So, derivative ni u is du and then derivative ni ln x is si dx. And then si dv naman, ang dilet natin na dv is si dx. Ibig sabihin lang nito is i-integrate natin yan both sides. Integral of dv is v and then integral of dx is x. 'Di ba? Okay. So after that, pag na-determine na natin yun, gagamitin na natin tong pattern na to. Okay, so since this is our integral of u dv, ibig sabihin dito sa right side na equation is ipa-plug in natin yung value ni uv at saka ni integral of v du. So since ang gilet natin na u is ln x, so we have ln x, yan yung u natin, galing dun sa pattern na yan. And then yung v natin is yan yung nakuha natin kay dv na integral ni dx. So that's why uv is ln of x times x minus, given na may integral na talaga dyan, and then ang v natin is si x, and then ang du natin is si 1 over x. So that's why naging x times 1 over x dx. Okay. Okay, so after that, i-simplify lang natin. So, binaliktad ko lang to kasi kailangan mas mauna yung variable. So, ln x times x is the same with x times the ln of x minus the integral of this is dx na lang kasi x times 1 over x, cancel out si x. So, we left with 1. So, 1 times dx is dx. So, bring down x ln x minus ang integral ni dx. Sa formula number 1 sa techniques of integration, page 20 is equal to x. So, that's why naging x plus the constant c. Next example sa integration by parts. Ang given is integral of x e to the power of x dx. So, ang goal sa integration by parts is i-determine natin kung ano yung ililet natin na u at saka yung ililet natin na dv. So, take note, yung ililet natin na dv is dapat may dx sa last. Kasi, yung sa dv kasi is i-integrate natin yan both sides. While sa u is i-derive lang natin siya both sides. Okay, so, dito sa given natin, ang ililet natin dito na u is yung variable x. And then, yung ilalat natin dito na dv is ce to the x dx. So, this is our u and this one is our dv. So, di ba yun yung sa formula? Yung sa left side na equation, we have the integral of u dv. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung i-determine natin si u at saka si dv. Okay, so dito sa example number 2, pwede din na ang ilet natin na u is si e to the power of x kasi alam natin na yung derivative na e to the x is e to the x pa rin. And then integral of x naman is si dx. Okay, so para mas madali, ang ilet natin na u is si x and then ilet natin na dv is si e to the x dx. So the variable u both sides, so we have u, ang derivative na u is du and then derivative of x is si dx na lang. Kasi diba derivative of x is 1. Since nag-derive tayo, maglalagay tayo ng dx at the end. And then dv is equal to e to the x dx. So, i-integrate natin to both sides. So, integral of dv is v na lang. Kasi diba sa integration, ang sabi ko pag mag-integrate na is matatanggal na yung integral sign at saka yung dv. So, since ang integral ni dv is equal to v. And then, integral of e to the x from formula number 3 sa techniques of integration, integral ni e to the x dx is equal to e to the x. So, that's why ang naging v natin is e to the x. And then, after that, pag nakumpleto na tong apat na to, ay follow na natin or substitute na natin dito sa given na pattern ng integration by substitution. Okay, so we have u, di ba nauna dito is uv. So, ano yung u natin? That is the variable x. And then, v is e to the x. So, eto siya. So, that's why naging x times e to the x minus, kasi di ba minus yon, integral of v du. So, yung v natin, yan yung e to the x natin. So, that's why naging e to the x. And then, du natin is yun yung dx. So, naging integral of e to the x dx. So, eto, i-times lang natin yan. So, e to the x, x e to the times e to the x is x e to the power of x minus the integral of this. Okay, the integral of this term is from formula number 3 sa techniques of integration, page 20 is equal to e to the x. And then, at the end of the integration, kailangan may constancy tayo na idadagdag. So, therefore, the integral of x e to the x dx is equal to x times e to the x minus e to the x plus the constant c. Okay, third equation is, ang given naman kanina, ang given natin is x lang. Ang exponent ni x or ang degree dito ni x is 1. So, dito sa example number 3 natin, ang degree ni x is 2. So, we have integral of x squared times e to the x dx. So, medyo similar lang siya doon sa previous example natin. Kaso, ang naging degree ng equation natin dito is 2. So, the first thing to do is identify the variable u and then the dv. Okay, so ito yung ilalat natin na u and then this one is our dv, or pwede din yang ma-interchange. Pwedeng ito yung ilat ninyo na dv, si x squared dx, and then pwede din na ilat ninyo na u is si e to the x. So, the same lang yung ma-arrive natin na sagot. Okay, so let u is equal to x squared. The derivative of x squared is 2x, and then dinagdag lang si dx. So, di ba doon sa previous na technique of integration, the substitution is, di ba always tayong magdi-divide dito ng 2 or doon sa chain rule. Pero dito sa integration by parts, pwedeng hindi na kayo mag-divide by the constant here. So, as is na lang yan. And then, we have dv is equal to e to the x dx. So, integrate natin to both sides. So, integral of dv is v na lang. And then, integral of e to the x from formula number 3. Sa techniques of integration, we have e to the x. Okay, dito class sa sa pag-determine ng variable or sa mga variable na i-determine natin, pwedeng wag na muna kayo magdagdag dito ng C. Doon na sa final answer natin. Okay, so since kumpleto na itong apat, kailangan ha, before kayo mag-substitute doon sa pattern ng integration by parts, kailangan yung apat na yun is kumpleto na yan. So, yung apat na yun is yun yung U, yung DU, yung DV, at saka yung V. Okay, so since kumpleto na, plug in na natin doon sa pattern ng integration by parts. So, we have UV. So, ang U natin class is si x squared. So, eto siya, x squared. And then, V is yan yung e to the x. Yan yung nakuha natin sa pag-integrate natin sa dv. Minus, di ba, minus the integral of v du. So, ang V natin, so this one is our U. Eto naman si V. Eto siya is our V. And then, eto is si du. Okay. So, x squared times e to the x is x squared e to the x pa rin yan. And then minus. So, since may constant tayo dito na 2, so ang na-discuss ko na previously, kapag may constant, pwede natin siyang ilabas sa integral sign. So, we have 2 naging times integral of e to the x times x dx. Okay, so parehas lang yan ha, nilabas lang si 2. And then, i-arrange lang natin yan kasi kailangan mas mauna si algebraic expression kaysa kay exponential. Okay, so minus 2 times the integral of x e to the x dx. So, integral nito is, di ba, eto siya class is, hindi pwedeng diretsyon na ang integral nito is e to the x plus c kasi di ba may variable x dito. So, mapapansin ninyo, nabigay ko na to as our example sa example number 2 kanina sa previous video. Okay. So, ibig sabihin, etong part na to, etong sa second term, is gagamit tayo ulit dito ng by parts. Okay, so ito yung solution nung sa second term kanina. So, balikan lang natin ha. Okay, so integrate natin to. So, ibig sabihin, dalawang beses tayo mag-apply dito ng by parts. Okay, so pag pangalawang by parts na yung i-apply ninyo, so since hindi pwedeng gamitin ulit si u, so lalagyan na lang natin ng u prime. So, let u prime is equal to x. Okay, so ito yung ililet natin as u prime. And then, si e to the x dx naman is yan yung ililet natin as dv prime. Okay, so para hindi siya parehas dito doon sa gilet natin kanina na variable u. Okay, so u prime is equal to x. The derivative of u prime is du prime is equal to dx, and then dv prime naman is e to the x dx. Yan yung gilet natin, and then integrate natin to both sides. Integral of dv prime is v prime, and then integral of e to the x dx is equal to e to the x. So parehas pa rin. Plug in natin dito. This one is our u prime. And then, si e to the x naman is yan yung v prime natin. Okay, so that is our v prime. Minus the integral of v prime du prime. Okay, so e to the x, yan yung v prime natin. Si dx naman is yan yung du prime natin. Okay, so x e to the x, that is equal to x e to the x pa rin. Ito naman, pwede na natin siyang ma-integrate kasi wala siyang kasamang variable dito. E to the x lang alone at saka si dx. So, we have the integral of e to the x dx from formula number 3 sa techniques of integration. We have e to the x plus the constant c. So, ibig sabihin, etong sagot na to or etong result na na-obtain natin dito is ilalagay natin to doon sa second, doon sa dito. So, di ba na-obtain na natin yung sagot dito. Okay, so ang magiging result is i-combine na natin siya. So, ito yung given natin, integral of x squared e to the x dx. So, ito yung na-obtain natin nung first tayong nag-apply ng by parts, x squared e to the x minus 2. Ito yung nilabas natin kanina na constant c. And then, yung in-integrate natin na x e to the x dx. So, ito yung result niya galing dito. So, we have x e to the x minus e to the x plus the constant c. So, distribute the constant 2 here. So, magiging negative 2 times this one is magiging negative 2x e to the x. Negative 2 times negative e to the x is magiging positive 2 e to the x plus the constant c. So, therefore, this is the integration of the given integrand x squared times e to the x. fourth example, this is an example of a trigonometric function. So, magbibigay tayo ng example for the trigonometric function. So, ang given natin is x times cosine x dx. Okay, so take note, ay ipaglet yu ay u na so katawan nyo so derivative yan, and then ay ipaglet yu ay dv na so katawan nyo so integral yan. So, actually, pwedeng baliktarin natin to, pwedeng ilagay natin dito is si cosine x kasi alam natin na yung derivative ni cosine is the negative sign. And then, pwedeng dito natin ilagay si x dx. So, ang integral ni x dx is x squared over 2. Diba? Okay. So, dito, ang nilat natin na u is si x. So, this one is our u. And then, cosine x dx is our dv. So, derivative of x is dx. Derivative of u is du. Integral of dv is v. Integral of cosine x dx is the positive sine x. Okay? So, follow natin yung pattern. So, we have u, v. Ito yung u natin. Tapos, this one is our v minus the integral of v, si sine x, and then du, si dx. Okay, so x galing dito, si sine x galing dito, and then integral minus, given na yan, given na din sa integral sign. Sine x, yan yung v natin, and then dx is, yan yung nakuha natin na du. Okay, so x times sine x, x sine x, minus integral of, okay, ang integral nito is the negative cosine, diba? Okay. Since may negative pa dito, so magiging negative times negative, that's why naging positive siya dito. So, therefore, we have x sine x plus cosine x plus the constancy. So, the integral of x cosine x dx is this one. Okay, for the last example, ang given natin is a combination of an exponential and a trigonometric function. So, we have e to the x cosine x. Yan yung integral natin. So, para mas, pwede din na, dito kasi sa given natin, ang nilet natin na u is e to the x, and then yung nilet natin na dv is si cosine x dx. So, pwede din na baliktarin natin yan. Okay, so we let this one as our u, si e to the x, and then si cosine x dx is our dv. Okay, kailangan si dv always may dx yan sa last. Okay, so the integral of e to the x is e to the x dx, and then dv naman is si cosine x dx. Integrate natin to both sides. So, ang integral ni dv is v, integral of cosine x is si sine x. And then after that, pag na-kompleto na yung apat na yan, si u, si du, si dv, at saka si v, pwede na natin siyang i-plug in sa formula na uv minus integral of v du. Or yung pattern ng integration by parts. Okay, so this one is our u. Yan yung u natin. Si sine x naman is our v. And then, dito naman, we have the integral sign, and then this is always minus or subtraction. And then, v natin is si sine x. And then, ang du natin is si e to the x dx. Okay, so multiply lang natin. So, e to the x sine x is e to the x sine x pa rin. So, since minus yan, minus. So, we have the integral. Ito, baliktarin lang. I-interchange lang natin siya or i-rearrange lang natin. Unahin natin dito sa exponential. So, we have e to the x sine x dx. Parehas lang yan. So, eto, wala siya doon sa formula ng techniques of integration. So, which means, apply tayo ulit dito ng integration by parts. Katulad nung sa example number 3. Sa second term, nag-apply tayo ulit ng integration by parts. So, ibig sabihin nun, ito yung solution niya. So, we have the integral of e to the x sine x dx. Okay, so magle-let tayo ng u prime kasi kanina nag-let tayo as u at saka dv lang. So para hindi tayo malito sa pag-substitute, lagyan natin ng prime sa pangalawang pag-apply ng integration by parts. Okay, so let u prime is equal to e to the x. Parehas pa rin yung kanina, kaso yung sa given kasi is cosine, ngayon dito is naging sin x na siya. Okay, so let this one as our u prime, and then sin x dx naman is our dv prime. So ang u prime natin is si e to the x, derivative ni u prime is si du prime, derivative of e to the x is e to the x dx. And then, dv prime natin, integrate natin yan both sides. So, integral of dv prime is v prime, and then integral of sin x dx is the negative cosine x. So, ibig sabihin, kompleto na yung apat. So, follow natin, i-plug in natin doon sa pattern ng integration by parts. So, this one is our u prime. Ito naman is our v prime. So, actually, parehas lang ha. Nalagyan lang siya ng prime sa taas. Minus, para mas madali natin siyang ma-differentiate. Minus, this one is our v prime. And then, ito naman yung du prime natin. Okay, so, negative e to the x cosine x is negative e to the x cosine x pa rin. And then, eto siya, naging positive kasi negative times negative. That's why naging positive siya. And then, i-rearrange lang natin, unahin natin isulat dito si e to the x, saka natin isunod si cosine x dx. Ibig sabihin, eto yung result doon sa second term. Okay. Pero yung sa first term kanina is as is lang siya. Ibig sabihin, eto siya, eto yung i-replace natin. Okay, so therefore, ang mangyayari, di ba, eto yung given natin. Okay, eto yung given natin, eto siya. So, integral of e to the x times cosine x dx, eto yung na-arrive natin nung first tayong nag-apply ng integration by parts. And then, eto naman is eto yung nakuha natin na result after nating i-apply ulit yung integration by parts dito sa second term. Okay, so we have e to the x times sin x minus the negative of e to the x cosine x plus e to the x cosine x dx. Galing siya dito. So, negative times negative, that's why naging positive siya. And then, negative times positive, we have the negative integral of cosine x dx. And then, after that, simplify na lang natin. Okay, so kung mapapansin ninyo class, dito sa last term, integral of e to the x cosine x is the same lang doon sa given natin. So, di ba ang given natin is eto siya. Eto yung given natin, parehas lang siya dito. So, ibig sabihin nun, pwede natin siyang i-transpose dito sa kabilang side. So, that's why, eto, galing yan sa given. And then, eto naman, eto siya is galing doon. Tinranspose lang siya sa kabilang side. So, ang remain na lang sa right side na equation is e to the x sin x. Ito na lang plus the e to the x times cosine x. And then, pwede na tayong mag-add dito ng constancy. Take note, hindi kayo pwedeng mag-add ng constancy kapag may nakikita pa kayong integral sign sa right side. Pero pag wala na, sa right side ha, is pwede na kayong mag-add ng constancy. Okay, so since parehas lang naman sila, so we can simply add their numerical values. Numerical coefficient rather. So we have 1 plus 1 that is equal to 2. Just copy their the term integral of e to the x cosine x dx. Okay, so bring down lang natin to yung nasa right side. So, para ma-arrive natin yung final na answer ng given natin, so divide it both sides by 2. So, 2 divided by 2, that is equal to 1. So, that's why we left with integral of e to the x cosine x dx. So, eto naman, nag-divide din tayo both sides dito ng 2. So, kasali ito. So, that's why nalagyan to ng over 2 plus the constancy. So, therefore, eto yung integration ni integral of e to the x cosine x dx.